You had some
harmony.
tricks up your sleeve. Takes one to know one. You're a cowboy like me.
She begins this off with a little bit of a mystery and then kind of clarifies as the song goes on. I'm thinking of the movie Pretty Woman a little bit. Like you have kind of two, how do I phrase this? You have two, con people. Well, I followed her to the station with a suitcase in my hand. Well, I followed her to the station, the suitcase in my hand. Well, it's hard to tell, it's hard to tell. For your love in vain. Welcome back, folks. Hope you're well. I'm Andy. This is my YouTube channel. We're in the southern mood. We're in the mood for the song Cowboys Like Me by Taylor Swift, who is a cow lady, a cowgirl for all intents and purposes. Now, folks, I really am going to do my best not to do my terrible southern accent today. It's going to be hard. We're going to get through it together. But that's just my promise to you here at the outset. Before I've watched the video, I will do my best. If there's a southern twang in here, so to keep it cordial, okay? Guys, remember at the end of the video, I will be going into the Reddit lyrics analysis for my patrons. So if you want to see that, check out my Patreon site. But without further ado, Cowboys Like Me.
And the tennis court was covered up with some tent-like thing. And you asked me to dance, but I said dancing is a dangerous game. Oh, I thought this is gonna be one of those things. Now I know I'm never gonna love again. I've got some tricks up my sleeve. Takes one to know one. You're a cowboy like me. Never wanted love, just a fancy car. Now I'm waiting by the phone like I'm sitting in an airport bar. You had some
harmony.
tricks up your sleeve. Takes one to know one. You're a cowboy like me.
All right, okay. So we're in country, but we're in kind of her glum kind of country, the introspective kind of country. I love the little... This is actually kind of a fun little chord progression. Pretty country, but also pretty kind of like classic folk. A really kind of country ballad kind of sound, that real sweet D minor into the G. Just the like a real sad, D minor is the saddest of all keys. I know people have disagreements about it. It's D minor. And then you go to that big old kind of happy G, and then you walk down the C to the F. But F, normally you'd walk down that to an A minor, but here they go back up to F, and it just kind of keeps that kind of rolling feeling of these kind of sad into cheerful into redemptive. And the tennis court was covered up with some tent-like thing. And you asked me to dance, but I said dancing is a dangerous game. Starting with and, kind of a lyrical a device to kind of put you in the middle of the story as if she's already been telling you the story, blah, 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 blah. And the tennis court was covered up with some tent-like thing. So we just get an image It's maybe nighttime, or it's just whatever, the tennis court. There's somewhere with a tennis court, so we're somewhere fancy. So dancing is a dangerous game is a way to like rebuff him, but it also kind of seems playful. Like, dancing often leads to other things. Be one of those things. Now I know I'm never gonna love again. Now I'm never gonna love again. It's as if she's talking about sex. Dancing is a dangerous game because it can lead to sex. But no, actually, she's talking about love. It can lead to love, which is much more dangerous. Not sure yet. Are we reminiscing? Are we thinking about the future? Have we just gotten out of a relationship? Is this remembering the relationship? I've got some tricks up my sleeve. Takes one to know one. You're a cowboy like me. I've got some tricks up my sleeve. Takes one to know one. We've got some cliches here. So this cowboy came along and kind of wrecked her. Normally, I don't fall for love. Dancing is a dangerous game. Normally, I'm kind of above it, but now I've fallen in love with this dude, and you're a cowboy like me, man. So a cowboy kind of like love him and leave him. Kind of a cowboy as a Lothario, as a Don Juan type of guy. The term really used to be backdoor man, and it's not backdoor in that way. The idea is that you come in through the back door of the home and you leave through the back door of the home, so the husband never finds out that you're there. There's a great Allman Brothers song about it. It is not about what you're thinking. The idea that you're a rambling man, that you're kind of always out there and you're always with another lady. She's kind of like that. She's like, I'm a rambler. I'm a rambling kind of cowgirl. But you're like me, and you kind of got me. You kind of got my number here. Never wanted to love just a fancy cow. Now I'm waiting by the phone like I'm sitting in an airport bar. We're comparing. I've got some tricks up my sleeve. You had some tricks up your sleeve. We did fall in love. Now I'm desperately waiting for you to call me back. I'm sitting in an airport bar. I'm bored, but I'm desperate in a certain way, that kind of horrible airport feeling. There's a lot of airport stuff in her lyrics. Airports are an emotional place, and like you kind of have that you're not quite home, you're not quite away feeling, and everything's tiny, and everybody's tremendously inconvenienced, and everyone just seems kind of dirty.
Folks, anything they wanna hear, like it could be love. I could be the way for it, only if they pay for it. You're a bandit like me, eyes full of stars, hustling for the good life. Never thought I'd meet you here. It could be love. We could be the way for it, and I know I'll pay for it.
Solo. Okay, so we're going to go through that refrain again. Nice little solo in there, a little kind of golden flavored guitar, sitting not too far over the mix. It's not overpowering. It's not becoming a big guitar shred thing. Perched in the dark, telling all the rich folks anything they want to hear. Perched in the dark is a very specific kind of image. Perched, and birds perch, gargoyles perched, but it sounds kind of like waiting, kind of stalking their prey, perched in the dark, telling all the rich folks what they want to hear. You're a bandit like me. She calls him a bandit, so he's like a bandit. He's like a bandit of love. He's gonna weasel all these rich folks out of their money. I almost kind of get like a gigolo vibe, or just like like a roaming Don Juan DeMarco kind of vibe.
Perched in the dark, telling all the rich folks anything they want to hear, like it could be love. I could be the way for it, only if they pay for it. You're a bandit like me, eyes full of stars, hustling for the good life. Never thought I'd meet you here. It could be love. We could be the way for it, and I know I'll pay for it.
Eyes full of stars, hustling for the good life. Never thought I'd meet you here. It could be love. We could be the way forward, and you know I'll pay for it. So it sounds like she's kind of getting a taste of her own medicine. She's met her match. She's being sweet talked. She's being won over by this bandit Lothario.
And the skeletons.
Ooh, a little bridge too.
Our closets plotted hard to fuck this up. And the old men that I've swindled really did believe I was the one. And the ladies lunching have their stories about when you passed through town. Oh, that was all before I locked it down. Now you hang from my lips like the gardens of Babylon, with your boots beneath my bed. Forever is the sweetest haunt. I had some tricks up my sleeve. It takes one to know one. You're a cowboy like me, and I'm never gonna love again. I'm never gonna love again.
Ooh, a little harmonica there.
I'm never gonna love again.
There we go. Texas style double stops there. All right, I'm sorry. I apologize for that one. So let's make sure also we get all the information, because last time I missed some big stuff. Written by Taylor Swift and Aaron Dessner, orchestrated by Bryce Dessner, backing vocal by, Marcus Mumford. Marcus Mumford was the harmony vocal on this during the chorus. Very nicely done. I'm surprised it wasn't featuring him, but okay, that's fine. We got that lap steel harmonica and mandolin by Joshie Kaufman, an upright bass by Logan Cole. You get that sweet lap steel kind of pentatonic sound, really pretty sounding. It has a country feel. It definitely leans into the country twang. But then they also have that singing on the downbeat thing over the chorus, where it's just really kind of pulled back and outside the country realm. So it just seems to be bringing things together, trying to bridge divides in the music world. And the skeletons in both our closets plotted hard to mess this up, and the old men that I've swindled really did believe I was the one, and the ladies lunching have their stories about when you passed through town, but that was all before I locked it down. She begins this off with a little bit of a mystery and then kind of clarifies as the song goes on. I'm thinking of the movie Pretty Woman a little bit. Like you have kind of two, how do I phrase this? You have two, You have two con people. These are con people. These are people who manipulate people out of their money for emotion. There's a romantic notion to it too. I mean, in real life, there are people like this. They're psychopaths, and they're awful, and you should avoid them. But this is a playful story about a playful kind of meeting, of a meet cute between these two kind of people who take advantage of other people's desperate need for their affection. But that was all before I locked it down. Again, her talking, taking on the idea of her conquering him, locking it down, reversing. Normally, it's like guys talking about locking that down.
We got serious around his age.
Well, who can blame you? You got to lock that down.
Locking it down means obviously, making it no more of this polyamory. Think And I'm not judging anybody. There's polyamory. There's people who want to live, want to have very open relationships, and there's people who are just like openly not into relationships. But like people who like con other people into relationships and then like take their money, or like that's as that's as shitty as it gets. We've already cursed in this video, so this will be a cursing video. That's pretty shitty. But it's a fun song. It's a song about meeting your match, finding the person who kind of, you thought you could never be slayed, you thought you could never be kind of wooed, and that you'd always have the upper hand in the relationship, or that you'd always kind of be the sought after person. But now you finally met somebody who you need to seek. That's kind of like those first inklings of love, when you first kind of meet that first relationship, whether or not it's love or anything else. That first time where like your coolness just doesn't work on them, and you really just want to call them and make sure like that you're still dating, that you're still together. It's like, okay, so we're still going out Friday night, right? But you're like, let me not. Let me be cool. I'm cool. Self-contained. You know, you do all those things when you're really into somebody, and it's kind of fun, and you just hope that they're going to reciprocate. Now you hang from my lips like the gardens of Babylon. So I'm thinking that he's very heavy on her mind. She thinks a lot of him. He's not a small thing. He's a huge thing to her. With your boots beneath my bed, forever is the sweetest con. So she's a con woman. We're opening up about we're con people here. And the sweetest con is that I got you, that I won you over, that you're sleeping with me now, and I'm never going to love again, I'm never going to love again, I'm never going to love again. So interesting, it's almost as if she's talking about never going to love again in a good way. Like, oh, okay, so I found this one, I found my one. It almost kind of has a happy ending. I mean, the boots are under the bed at the end of the song. So I don't know, maybe it's a happy ending, maybe it's a sad ending. All right, ladies and folks, that has been Cowboys Like Me. I liked it pretty good. Really like that lap steel. Love that little harmony there by Marcus Mumford in the chorus. Very, very sweet. Am I totally wowed? No. Do I always have to be totally wowed? No. I mean, sometimes there can just be nice little songs. And I think this is a nice little song. So that is it for this week. Please check out my other videos here and here. I'll put both things here. Okay, maybe consider subscribing right over here. Thank you to my patrons, especially, and to everybody watching. Until next time, keep playing.